Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Today, we have an interesting topic about auto quoting with AI for freight forwarders. So, grab a coffee and be ready that we will start in just a few seconds. Super. So, thanks, everyone, again for joining. We are ready to start. As I mentioned, today we have a very interesting topic. I'm very excited for this webinar. It's another event that we are doing online. The goal for today is to talk a bit a very trending topic that is AI with quoting in the freight forwarding industry. Uh, as we all know, we are living in a digital era that everyone wants speed, transparency. We are talking all the time with ChatGPT, with AI, doing everything in real time. And freight forwarding is not the exception. Also, in our professional world, we want this speed, we want this transparency. So the goal of today is to discuss a bit about this, about the quoting challenge, how AI is transforming this process. And at the end, we will do a brief uh, pilot and a demo about an interesting feature that we are launching at Cargofy. So please, you can bring all your comments on the chat. We will be answering that during the webinar and also at the end. So please bring your ideas, your comments. We'll be happy to help answering with all your questions. So today I'm very excited because I will be sharing this space with two interesting professionals, Tarek, who is our sales and customer care director, and Ricardo Lemos, who is the co-founder and managing director at Six Overseas. So I would like to invite them to join the stage. I don't know if you can hear me. Hi guys, all good?
Good morning.
Hello, everything is fine so far. How are you?
All good, all good. How is that everything in Lisbon, Ricardo?
Yeah, it's good. It's raining, so it's something that we are not used to because at this time usually it's raining in the morning, it's shining in the afternoon, so the weather is like this. But
Yeah.
in Lisbon, it's every time it's good.
It's always crazy. Next time we do it in Caparica, Ricardo.
Oh, that sounds good, and it's a promise. So I'll be there.
Super, super. And you, Tarek, all good in Barcelona?
Everything is fine here. Nice city, good weather. I cannot complain.
Super. Okay, guys. Well, thanks again for joining. We have a very packed agenda for today. So first, I would like to start a bit sharing a bit about you. I would like to start with you, Ricardo. Of course, you have a strong background in the industry. You work for big multinationals, and then you started the Six Overseas, I think 5, 6 years ago, right?
Yes, we start Six Overseas around 5 years ago. Six Overseas have born when Panalpina was bought by DSV. Uh, so when that happens, we have some investors that approach us and invite us to create a new brand that be different in the way that care about the clients. So Six Overseas have born in 2020 in the pandemic. So it was a lot of challenge in the first month. We started a lot of challenge, but we are growing and we are trying to adapt to the new era.
Good, good. In fact, I saw that very recently you published that you made a joint venture. Correct me if I'm wrong, with a new company to expand your service for the inland transportation, something like that, right?
Yeah, we are in the process of fusion by
Fusion.
incorporation. So that means that Six Overseas will absorb a company. That company is Innov Logistics. Innov Logistics, they are specialized in road freight, and Six Overseas it's only in sea and air freight. So together, we believe that we are strong and that we can grow and offer more services to our clients. In the beginning, it was not our goal to offer road freight services because the road freight it's something that it's you need too much resources
Yeah,
to do the road freight. But at this moment, we believe that it's a good chance to grow and to have more of offer to our clients. So we are now in that phase. This take a little bit longer than we expect, but we try then in 1 month or something like that to merge both companies. The brand continues to be Six Overseas. So let's see the new challenge, what we can offer to the market, and how the things go with all of these challenges that we are facing all the time, or the wars or political situations. So we have to be prepared. And digitalization is the key point to
I
to adapt.
agree. Yeah, you want to keep busy. That's
Yeah.
I can see. Super, super. Thanks, Ricardo. And yeah, also here today, Tarek, as I mentioned, who is our sales director. Tarek, a bit about you, of course. Well, to introduce, we've been working together already more than 3 years. So you've been making our sales skyrocket. Very interesting challenge together. So, and you have a strong background in the industry. So please, if you can share a bit about you to the audience, that would be great.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's good. I think it's going to be almost 4 years now, 3 years and a half, more or less, in Cargo 5. So regarding my background, I've been working 10 years at CMA CGM in the shipping company, 9 years in Barcelona and 1 year in the headquarter. So basically, like my biggest career at CMA was in the sales department. So yeah, I've been working as an inside sales, outside sales, trade manager, and so on. But before, I had a background in the operations. So I have the mix between operation and sales. So I think it's a good mix. And besides that, I've been working at CMA headquarters. So there I had like the opportunity to see how it works, the headquarter, how they decide, how they establish the tariff, the allocation, the vessel, and so on. So yeah, I have a mixed combination of a shipping line. And besides that, I'm here at Cargo 5 just trying to help the freight forwarders to go digital and help them just to achieve that.
Amazing, Tarek. Thanks for the intro. In fact, we will have several questions for you today because you are speaking every day with several freight forwarders. So we would love to have your insights.
Sure.
So to move forward a bit for today, the main starting point um, is the quoting challenge that we have, right? I mean, quoting is time consuming, as we know, is error prone, still a bit manual in the industry. And customers want speed, right? As we've been discussing, we are used to have everything at a distance of a few clicks, right? Or real-time information, and quoting should be the exception, right? So I would like to bring a few topics here for us to discuss. So as I was saying, Tarek, I would like to understand what is the first thing you discuss all days with freight forwarders, right? So what is the first thing that they told you, that they tell you about this quoting process? What do you see in terms of the market?
Well, like, it's like in the freight forwarder world, quoting is a pain in the end, because it's a repetitive task. It takes too much time. It distracts people from the main task, which is win deals, right? And the worst part is like the quoting hasn't evolved yet. Um, so the team today are just jumping between Excel spreadsheets and carrier portals and emails and so on. So in the end, it's not efficient and it takes too much time, and you can have errors, right? Because everything is manually. So it doesn't make sense like in this era that we have like everything digitized. You have ERPs, TMS, you have several solutions to speed up the process, and you are doing that manually, right? So I think that free forward they have to change the mindset. I think that we are trying to achieve that with Cargo 5. But yet we can see like many several freight forwarders that they still quoting manually, right? So it's time consuming in the end. We know that the freight forwarders, they make a lot of extra hours on daily basis. Probably Ricardo, they know that. So they make a lot of extra hours. So I think that they need to save time. So yeah, and then like if you have to wrap up, it's time consuming and it's a pain.
Yeah, I agree. And also, we've been saying time consuming and at the end speed. And I want to bring Ricardo for this. Like, do you think that the speed is important to close or to lose any deal, or have you lost any operation because you didn't quote at specific time, Ricardo?
Yeah, in nowadays, one of the most important, the price obviously is important, but it's the time that you answer to the client. Because the clients, when ask you a rate, they want immediate answer. Because sometimes they are quoting also, and they are competing to sell, or they have the goods ready. Today, everything is just in time. They have the goods ready and they want to ship. It's a must in nowadays to give a quick answer to the client. If not, you lose competitivity and you lose the opportunity, because sometimes we win the shipments because we are fast and we are trustable, so that it's something that the clients starts to see that they can trust that you are giving the best rate, best solutions, and in the real time. And I believe me that it's something that the clients that in nowadays um, they are giving that, or they are accepting that very very good, and we are own some shipments, not all of them, but some shipments, because we are fast to give the rates to the clients.
Yeah. No, I agree. And you think that specific point has changed if you compare right now comparing to the past, let's say 5 years ago, or you think that the agents and the shipper have changed their expectations during these last 5 years and they want even faster response than before? What's your thought there?
Uh, we, uh, we are in a different level, okay? Because in the past, and before we have Cargo 5, because we have two eras, before and after Cargo 5. The process was not. They have several problems. One of them is the mistakes. Okay, not only the fact that you are, obviously it's really important, but also the mistakes. Now nowadays we do, so it's just a few mistakes, because when we have a mistake we can find where it is. It's easy to find them, obviously, and everybody knows in our in our area that sometimes the shipping lines came to us and with the more tax, with different stacks, and sometimes we don't see when we are coding. But we easily found them, and we add that to Cargo 5, and it's easy to do not do any more mistakes. That is one point. The other point is it's in nowadays it's easy to give a quotation to the clients. I can tell you at this moment maybe more than 60% of our quotations is from Cargo 5 to the sea freight. Okay,
Amazing.
it was a process because in the beginning the person was really resistant. They are used to do the Excel file, go to the Excel sheet from the shipping line, or go to the spot from the shipping line, and they want to see and they want to do everything manually. In nowadays, I can tell you that almost 60%, if not more, it's all give by Cargo 5. We have reduced it a lot, the mistakes. It's a point that we have no doubt about that. And it's more fast, and the people can work better in the other tasks.
Mhm.
Because to give quotation, it's not only to do the all the same task. Now they have time to see some quotations that we need to ask, like flat racks or special equipment. And nowadays, the persons or the workers can go, the teams can go to that quotations and to see in detail, to give to the clients, to do the follow up. It's it's we are we are own a lot with that. We are own some projects because we have time to do that.
Yeah.
I can tell you this month that we have end. So in April we have on big shipments in flat racks because our team have time to do that and have time to go to search to get solutions, and that it's something that we are at the moment we are seeing that it's something really different than 1 or 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this last point that you mentioned is critical at the end. It's a very complex industry. It's really hard to automate everything. But if you are able to automate that repetitive tasks, the dry equipment that are all the time fluctuating, and you need to update the customer with that, then you have time for more complex solution, right? Or for when it's a big challenge, not for that repetitive solution that you have to give that can be automated. So I think it's a great example, and I'm happy that you have that vision of implementing digital solutions and that you can see the impact, right? I don't know, Tarek, also, what do you think about this? Like Ricardo mentioned a bit about the resistance of implementing sometimes. So, I mean, you mentioned you still see customers using Excel files, emails a lot, right? And there is some resistance, right? What do you think? And when it comes to these meetings with the freight forwarders, what do you see in terms of their stack and their ability to do this
Yeah.
transformation?
Yeah, indeed. We find yet freight forwarders that use Excels and emails. But one of the main points that Ricardo mentioned is like you can centralize everything just in one place, right? Rather just to have like several spreadsheets that it's quite difficult to find like the rates. You have to dive in several career portal, right? So if you have everything just in one place, it's going to be easier for the freight forwarder. And I see freight forwarder that they have to quote in an Excel. So they want to share the information with other colleagues. It's quite difficult because you have to share like in a SharePoint. Maybe you can lose that. It's quite difficult to find that. So yeah, indeed, we find people that are resistant to change to digital platform like Cargo 5. And to be honest, it's funny because always I challenge them because I tell them, look, let's make a quote with Cargo 5 and with an Excel. So it takes more than 10 minutes if they do it manually because they have to go to each carrier website, open Excels, PDF, check emails, rather than Cargo 5, like in a few seconds, you can see all the rates, see the schedules, and just create a quote. So yeah, I think it's easy to check that and realize that if you digitize the process, you can quote faster to your shipper, right? And sometimes, as Ricardo mentioned, if you code the first, you have more challenge and chances just to get the shipment, right? I think it's one of the main key points that all the freight forwarders they have to achieve.
Fully agree. Fully agree. And now even more, I think this is a topic that in some cases is a bit buzzword, but and it's very trend. But it's game changer for us. I think I mentioned in past meetings and webinars. We are the code that we are developing. It's already more than 20-25% being done by AI. So it's amazing the impact that this can have. And as we've been saying, these opportunities not just for software companies, right? It's for everyone. Everyone should analyze this topic, have a strategy regarding AI, and that's why today also I want to bring for us this topic to discuss. I think I would like to start about this auto quoting topic that we discussed. First, to give a brief explanation, what you will say, Tarek? You were talking about the speed and also automation. Like, how you will describe this auto quoting with AI to someone in the freight industry,
Okay.
briefly?
So first of all, I wouldn't say that it's going to replace people because some people I heard that they are afraid about that. But you can just automate some rules. Okay, so let's say if a customer they search or they want to quote, let's say from Barcelona to Shanghai, you can just make the auto quoting, applying some rules, some margins, some profits. So this is auto quoting in the end. So it's gonna be able just to quote faster and in automated way. So it should be like this sentence.
Amazing. And what do you think? Do you think, Ricardo, that shippers or agents are ready for this auto quoting? Do you see an opportunity for some part of the quotations? What is your thought here about automated replies for quotes?
In my opinion, we are late. We should have it because this is the future. You can have the auto code coding 24 hours a day. That it's a point. Our agents will ask 24 hours a day. Will ask us codes, and if we have everything in place, and we are speaking about routine codes, they can have an answer in minutes, and it's a confidence answer. We can manage the process because the process it's all done previously. So auto code in our day, I believe that it's late for me. It's late a lot because I want that now. I want that. I want my team work with that because I'm always saying to them, don't worry, you don't lose your jobs. Yeah, you will improve your knowledge, you'll improve your expertise, and that's what I want. It's that they use their expertise for particular things, for projects, for not routines, because routines can be done easily by the AI. So my opinion, it's rush with that because I need that.
Yeah, I guess that behind shippers and exporters, there are people that are used to buy online as well. So they are used to just have everything immediately. So there are people that I used to do that, so they expect the same service for from a freight forwarder.
Yes, yes, yeah. Because with that tool, we can we can we can duplicate or triplicate what we do today. It's
Mhm.
easy. And in nowadays, in all countries, our main problem is people, it's workers,
Mhm.
because we don't have it. Even if we want to go to the market, it's not easy to get the persons to work. So we need another tool, and this tool it's a must in nowadays. And if you want to grow, if not, we lose competitivity and we keep the same and we cannot grow. And for sure, in 2 3 years, we die.
Good. Actually, that was my next question, because you mentioned that is a must. So you believe that in the next 2 3 years, like this, having automated quotations will be something basic for a freight forwarder, or do you see that more in the long term?
It's like this. I believe that not 2 or 3 years. I believe in 1 year. It's something that is real because we are pushing to do that immediately. In the future, it's not easy to find the future because the future today it's so everything is happen every day, and maybe in 2 or 3 years another tool appears, and we change everything that we know today. But let's speak today. Today, EA it's a very good tool. It's a confident tool, and we have to use it even if in 2 or 3 years this is some that we don't care about the DA or something like that. So let's take the opportunity about this, and we must have this during this year in place. If not, we lose opportunities. We have lots of challenges, everything changing. And if the war stops in Ukraine, maybe I believe that the war stops and Europe grow in the demands of uh, construction and the transport and so on. And nobody's prepared for that.
Yeah.
So we have to take that opportunity with EA to code this. We are speaking about code, about read emails, about do automatic code. To we care about the other situations that will appear and for sure appear because we have Ukraine war, we have Gaza war, we have United States with the same politics that it's changing all the world. So the challenge will happen every day and things will change. And when change, if we are not prepared, we lose the opportunity to sell more. That's what we're speaking about. It's to sell and to earn money. If we don't do that, we finish our line and close our doors and go to the beach to take some sun and so on and so on. So we don't want to do that. We want to be prepared. That's something that we challenge you, Cargo 5, to put in place. Uh, I will put you to put in place before September because September,
Amazing.
September, after September it's our peak.
Okay.
From September until December, it's the peak season in the freight forwarder. So we need that tool. So Sebastian, Tarek, do it, and we are here to support you and to use the tool that you are developing.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing. I don't want to burn the presentation for now, but we have interesting pilots to share now. And of course, Ricardo will be the first ones to test. But going to one point that you mentioned, Ricardo, that I think is very interesting, and also I want to bring Tarek for this is at the end, everything it's about people. You mentioned that it's really hard to find really good talent. The market is difficult right now, and at the end also we agree that today is AI, tomorrow will be another thing, but people will stay there, and we need the right people to do it, right? So my question is, if you think that the people in the free flowing industry, Tarek, what do you see with the customers that you talk, and also for you, Ricardo, if they are ready to implement this, like maybe six overseas, but in general too, I don't know, what do you think, Tarek, in terms of the market? What do you think in terms of the people, if they are ready to adopt these processes, this technology, and what do you see there?
Yeah, regarding the people, I think everyone can do that. There is no doubt about that, but they need to have the knowledge, right? So we have companies like CargoFi that we try just to help them because it's pretty simple, but you need to have the tool. Okay. So for the reason we have to make some onboarding that it takes less than 1 hour. So in 1 hour, it's very simple just to use that, right? But indeed, I think that people can use that. And something that I would like just to link it to the last question about the auto quoting, and something maybe you experience, Ricardo, that a lot of freight forwarders they don't have time just to quote for the agents, right? So they are losing time. So I heard like on monthly basis that they cannot do that. So if people they know and they have the knowledge how to automate the auto quoting that we mentioned the last topic, I think they can speed up everything and just make it automatically automated, right? So in the end, we saw people that now with Cargo 5 they can just automate. So they have the knowledge and they can apply that on daily basis. So indeed, I think that people can learn that very quick. It doesn't take time, but they have to have the knowledge in the end.
Agree. And you, Ricardo, what do you think about in terms of the people in the industry to implement this technology?
Um, I believe that everybody will do it, but the persons or the decisors have to be aware that this takes time, because it's not the time that you provide the tool; it's the time that the persons, that the teams adapt to work with that,
Mm.
because all the people are a little bit conservative. They don't want the changes, and they're afraid. I can tell you that to to six overseas be in this level, we have to take around 1 year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, and even today, sometimes we have to be with the person, say, please, you have to code like this. Even today that happens, because we have persons that are more conservative, the persons are different, so the people cannot say, okay, I will invest on this and tomorrow everything is solved. Don't believe in this. This it's utopic, and that it's not happened. We have to invest and take advantage 1 year, 1 year and a half, 2 years after the investment. And that is the point. It's important for the person that hears us to know. This is not about the tool. It's about the process that we have inside our companies and the process that we have it. So that's something that just for the person don't say, okay, let's do it and tomorrow this is we can do it this easily tomorrow. No, that don't happen, and obviously we are ready for the next step. That it's obviously that's why we are pushing you. But when you start today, you have a process. The companies have a process until go to this level, and this is normal. It's the investment that we do all the time.
Agree. And at the end, of course, apart from being a perfect or the greatest tool ever, it depends on the company. And we have seen that at the end, we have companies like Sys Overseas that automate 60, 70% of the quotations, and others that just do it with 10%, because they don't have the strong process in terms of management, organizing the implementation of the tool, of course, it takes time. And as you mentioned, it's not just the tool, it's more also the people. So that's why I bring this topic too. And I'm happy that you push us for the development. I like this type of customer. It's good for us.
Challenge.
Yeah, exactly. We like the challenges. And that's why today I would like to share a bit about the pilots that we have been doing, some tests that we have been doing with some customers already, and the things that we see in terms of quoting with AI. It's very simple, and it's something that we've been discussing today and here. I bring an example of a simple case at the end, as we've been saying. The goal here is to automate these repetitive tasks, and nowadays connecting the infrastructure that we build, every API, every endpoint that we develop with AI, it's very simple. We can do it that in a few weeks, and it's and the impact is really big. So we will see here. I can share a bit of a real example. This is a daily case, right? When a shipper or an agent do a quote request, right? So we can set up a personalized account like quote at 6/6, quote at Cargo 5 AI, and we can forward emails, right? We can forward, please quote 20 DV from X to Y, right? And basically the system connecting to large language models and to our APIs, they're able to analyze the data, go to our endpoint, and answer in 1 minute or less with the specific quotation. This is Barcelona to Shanghai. These are the all-in rates, and we can share the link of a URL with the personalized quotation of the freight forwarder with the selling rate directly. So how it works in this case. So basically, what we are doing here is that we are analyzing the email. Okay, we are transforming the data that is coming from the email into a specific request. Okay, everything that we are seeing right now is done via API, but I will show you via web what is the automation that is happening in the backend that allow us to answer this in real time. So basically, when the AI reads the email, what they do in the backend is that they go to every endpoint that they have. Okay, and so basically we type the origin and the destination into our API. Can be locations or can be port. And what we are doing here is we can set different types of rules to select the quotation. So this is a very normal case. We can choose the best transit time, okay? Or we can choose the cheapest option, right? We have different filters on the backend that allow us to select different options and add that to a specific quotation. So after that, of course, we are talking about the costs, right? We have a specific cost per container and specific selling rate per container. So the automations that we've been building allow us to create rules per the ocean freight on local charges and apply, for example, $100 profit per TU on the freight and freight surcharges. Okay, so the system can detect which customer we are quoting, adding an automated profit to the ocean freight, and then sharing directly this link with the profit added and with the selling rate directly to the customer, right? So what we've seen is the email is being answered automated, but in the backend, this selection of best routes and adding the profit rule to the quotation is happening on the backend, helping the customer to have the real-time quotation with their own profit or margin rule, right? So this is something that we've been testing with good results, and now it's a good moment. And actually, in this webinar, we wanted to share more because we will be pushing, and Ricardo will be one of the first ones to give us feedback with this new pilot that we are launching. So very excited for this. And I wanted to close with the last comments and some remarks. And one question that pop-ups with this demo that I did is, what do you think, Ricardo, in terms of, I think you consider some moments, what is your suggestion for freight forwarders in terms of developing this in-house as an option, or adopting a tool or a provider? Like, what is your strategy? What do you see in that sense? Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Okay. So just to tell you one thing, it's the tool. It's not the quotation tool. It's something that we are missing, because in the end we have a complete overview about the costs and the profits, costs and sell, and that it's easily sent to our team, to operation team. So reduces our time also to send to the teams. Easier, it's the cost, it's the sell. So the tool do that in the end. It's a point that we have not mentioned, but it's also an add value. Considering can you please tell me again the question, because now I'm.
No, I was saying, if you have like the alternative of building the solution in-house, comparing that to implementing a solution with a specific provider that focus on that. What, of course, was your strategy, and what do you think about that?
Okay. Now our strategy is very simple. It's to have a provider, because that costs a lot. We have to be available to be with the teams to develop IT teams or something like that. And it's for our dimension, it's really expensive. So we don't want that. We want we want a partnership, as we have with Cargo 5, and to push Cargo 5 to be better, to provide us solutions that adapt to our needs, and that we are having to do. At the moment, we are trying with Cargo 5 and we our operational system. We are trying to merge both systems, and if we merge both systems, we have a perfect connection. We can do the rates in Cargo 5, selling and buying rates, and they will upload directly to the system. So it's something that we are working around 3 months. This takes all the time because they have development. But from Cargo 5 and from our IT company that provides us our system that we work operationally, they're working on that, and that will be the next step to have our to simplify our process. So when we have this, we don't need to send an email for the operations with the selling and buying rates. So if you get that, it's another level. So this is it's something that we are. It's like a game. We are going level by level, and sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. But when we lose, we go again, try to to end that level. So at the moment we are in that level to merge both. The next level, it's the auto quotation. It's next level, but our strategy, it's a point. It's to have a provider. That it's a key point. We don't want to go in that battle. We don't have dimension for that. We don't have persons to care about that development. We just have the commercials or the persons that do everything, the quotations, and they will give some updates to Cargo 5 to develop. That's our point. We send an email, we need more this, and Cargo 5 solved it. So that's what we want, and that's our strategy for the future. That is a point.
Amazing. I'm happy to have customers like you, Ricardo, that push us for better. It's always important. And yeah, last point here, Tarek. What is your last recommendation regarding this last topic, right? When choosing a provider or when developing in-house, what you have seen there, discussing with different players in the industry. Yeah, I would like to have your last thought here.
Yeah, I think it's a high cost for freight forwarders. So I think we have like external providers specialized in that. Basically, because as you know, and everyone knows, like spreadsheets are not equal. Like each shipping line, they have a different spreadsheet, right? So to automate all the spreadsheets, it's quite complicated. But what happened if the shipping line they change anything in the spreadsheet? You have to automate it, and you have to have the IT guys once again to take care of the spreadsheets, right? So I think everything it's easier if you have a provider, because if you have your own team, you have like to have people just to know which people you need, but you are not specialized as IT. You are specialized in logistics, so it's going to be a higher cost for the company. So in the end, it's easier to have like one guy specialized, one company specialized in that, and just to give you the service. It's going to be more efficient for your company. You will have a lower cost, to be honest.
Yeah, and at the end, to add there and closing remark, this is a huge industry with a lot of processes, and at the end, it's really hard to have one company developing everything in terms of IT, right? So it's important to find these partnerships. At least that's what we've seen, and it's working for us. And we agree here with Ricardo and with Tarek thought. So yeah, thanks. I would like to thank again for everyone for joining. Thank Ricardo, Tarek for your comments. It was a really interesting conversation. We will be replying some comments that you left in the chat, and yeah, thanks everyone again, and looking forward to see you again in another event. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Yeah,
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Have a
Yeah.
nice day. Bye.
Bye
ciao.
bye.